Tell us what you think about Black Lives Matter.
It's not so much about what I think. So, well, again, we deal with factual information. Black Lives Matter is an organization that was started in 2013 after the acquittal of the man who killed Trayvon Martin in Florida. It didn't gain national prominence until 2014-15 after the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson. Right? It started as a hashtag. After 2013, it begins to take fire in 2014-15 with all the protests and everything. And then what is it introduced to that by a professor, I believe, but it took hold in the street, the hashtag Ferguson to Palestine. This was our first eyebrow raise as an organization because we recognize that propaganda. Right? Something that should be dealing with police brutality is somehow 8,000 miles away again in the Middle East. What in the world does Mike Brown have to do with that? And the answer to the question is nothing. But that was the agenda of the manipulation. My son wrote an article a couple of years after that called the manipulation of black pain. To go to these families and then tell them that the reason why your kid was shot was because Israel changed police all over the world and Israel is racist. You following me here? And does Israel help train police? Absolutely. Ever since 2001, after 9/11, Israel, which is the best at counterterrorism, helps train police and law enforcement around the world, including in Africa, right? Literally around the world, right? So to blame it on the Israelis, right, is not only is it not true, it's the manipulation of, and then on top of that to raise tens of millions of dollars. To this day, Black Lives Matter has, in terms of corporate pledges, almost $50 billion in corporate pledges. I'm from the black community. I ain't seen an ordinary school, black-owned business.
Did you say 50 billion?
Billion.
Billion.
$50 billion in corporate pledges. There are Black Lives Matter members who are asking where the money is. Chapters who are asking where the money is. So for the purpose, I wrote an article about this, so you can go and read it as well on Africa Israel Weekly on our Substack. Go to ibsi.org and you'll see Africa Israel Weekly. We actually unpack all of this as well. We talk about where the name came from, what the organization is, how there's 4 different entities, the Black Lives Matter Foundation Network, something other. There's the hashtag, there's the organization. It's like a 4-tiered organization, right? And part of the bait and switch is I act like I'm concerned about the black community, but then I help push curriculum in the schools telling people Israel's an apartheid state, committing genocide against the Palestinians, all of these things, but I do it under the cover and the auspices of Black Lives Matter, so you're afraid to push back on me, because if you push back, you're racist. See how that game works? That's what's been going on. And other than Israelis being demonized, who pays the most? Black community. Can I say one last thing? The signature move of BLM was defund the police. That's another way you knew it was fake. Watch me. That was in George Floyd killed in May 2020. Gallup did a poll in August 2020 and asked several thousand black people, were you in favor of it? 81% against it. Most of them wanted more police. We're not stupid. We know what a racist cop is. Get him off the force and prosecute him. But you're going to take police out of South LA? You're just going to take the police out of Baltimore? We're not idiots. So they were not speaking for us. That's just one example. I can go list after list after list. So the anti-Israel, anti-Jewish part was just more par for the course. Not only are you not speaking for me, and I've been black all my life, you have the audacity and the unmitigated gall to bring the Israeli-Palestinian conflict into this situation that needs to be discussed. So that's what I think about Black Lives Matter.